Okay folks, we are still on the subject of knives. Here I have a pretty interesting example of what can happen if you marry a slip joint with the locking mechanism. So this is a folding knife from the Wenger Swiss Army knife manufacturer. They made this piece, which is based on the Ranger platform for the Patagonia expedition race. Now, for the record, Wenger has gone out of business in 2005. They have been absorbed by Victorinox, a rival company that was also part of the manufacturer that produced knives for the Swiss military back in the turn of the century. Now these two companies, they have quite a history together, and what I like from Wenger is the fact that they make some really good stuff. Now the Ranger is a fairly large blade, and it has a couple of useful implements on it. You have first and foremost the large locking blade. This one is serrated. I'm not a big fan of it, but it has like a 60-70-30 ratio of serration and planeage, so I think that's pretty much enough to cover some decent chores. What's interesting about this one is that when it's fully deployed, it's locked in place. So when you want to disengage the lock, the locking release is actually cleverly placed on the Wenger family crest. Just press the button, it's unlocked. Now the standard implements that comes with it is the cap lifter with a flat screwdriver, wire stripper, the can opener. This is one of the most efficient can opener I've actually found on a Swiss Army knife. It really is really sharp, and it does its job really well. Next we have the corkscrew, very useful item, especially in Europe where wine consumption is pretty high. A reamer with a hole where you can actually put a thread through. You want to repair, let's say, your tarp or canvas tarp or what, this is the tool for it. It has a little eyelet here for attaching a lanyard, or you can actually use it with a carabiner. The wood saw. Now the wood saw is something that a lot of people use actually when they go camping. This one is no exception. It's pretty good. Now there's the largest version of the Ranger, of course, is this model, the Carpenter. They call it the Carpenter because instead of having corkscrew and all that, they replace it with a big reamer here. Also incorporates an eye here for doubles up as an awl. You can see the absence of the corkscrew. In fact, this finger groove here is actually a flat. Okay, now instead of having the cap lifter, the thing is absent. It's actually a wood saw here, and you can see that the bottom part of it is actually meant for harder items. I think you can actually saw aluminium or even soft metal with this, not a problem. The can opener with this, it really indispensable. It's very useful. The star of the show, of course, in this particular model, it's the plier. The plier has a wire cutter here, and it's actually spring activated. Quite a useful tool. I think anyone would like to have this one in their boat, if they have a motorbike or a car. But then again, the size of the needle nose plier, of course, is smaller than what you will find on Leatherman, but I think it will do the job. Together with the larger unit, you get a nice pouch. The pouch here has Wenger's family crest. You open it up. There's a tool bit, two pieces of tool bit. That's a Phillips and a flat. So when you remove, you put back the plier, put in the Phillips screwdriver. So this acts as a a very nice item for you to torque your screws. The same goes for the flat. When you use it, you can actually you can grip it. So I think the rubberized grip here actually gives you a lot of leverage. The length of the blade is about 3.5 inches, which makes it really ideal. I have large hands, so this is more or less perfect for me. Really solid. It feels really chunky and solid. Wenger also came out with another version of the Ranger without the opening hole, which uses a nail nick. I will do a video on that separately. This is something that you no longer find in the market, but the design has been maintained by Victorinox in their lineup. Similar design minus the Wenger logo with the Victorinox crest. The blade has some of their designs have been retained by Victorinox. You can find it at some specialty shops in the Klang Valley. The main advantage I see in this knife is purely of its pocketable size and all that. It's not too chunky and all that. You can put it in your backpack. The size like that is also pocketable. I will take a break a bit from knives here and go into flashlights in my next video. So thanks for watching.